I've always felt like I could do it. Murder someone, that is. Not only could I murder them, but I could get away with it too. I could kill dozens of people for dozens of years, and the cops would be none the wiser. Not that I ever would, okay? I just want to make that clear. In case I ever do actually kill someone, know that it was almost certainly an accident. I'm just having a goof. Although I do think that getting to take someone's life, play God over them, would be pretty addicting. If my goal was to stack as many bodies for as long as I could do it. And there's a few reasons why I'm so confident. The first being that people are retarded. They're not very smart, and that can be used to your advantage. The vast majority of murderers are not the criminal masterminds that you see on TV. They're almost always gangbangers, ex-lovers, family members, drug addicts, Mexicans, that type of shit. You almost never get a Ted Bundy or an H.H. Holmes. The people who are out on the street killing aren't very good at it, and you can pay attention to how they get caught so that you don't. A lot of it is just stupid shit too, so it won't be very difficult to set yourself apart from the crowd. They'll do shit like gun someone down in the middle of the street in broad daylight because they was on that gang shit and they're a real or strangle your ex-girlfriend to death a week after she cheated on you. It doesn't exactly take Sherlock Holmes to solve that case. When killers get caught, it's usually because they were acting on emotion and they didn't plan it out. Or if they did, their IQ wasn't high enough to do it properly. By simply paying attention to logic and reality, not being careless with your kills, you're already putting yourself in the upper echelon of murderers. The other thing is this. The police are pretty retarded too. Their job isn't to catch serial killers, it's to give people speeding tickets, clear out the homeless, and deal with crackheads. Real life isn't like NCIS. The beat cops and divorced alcoholic detectives are never going to assume that all of the people going missing in the woods or turning up dead in dark alleyways are the result of one man's handiwork. If you do it right, they're going to chalk those people up to hungry animals and an assortment of homeless people and crackheads. Which brings me to the next thing. Planning. We're not half-assing this shit like fucking amateurs. If I'm killing good, and I'm killing right. I'm building my whole life around murder. That means becoming physically dangerous. You need to train strength, cardio, and a combat sport of some type for at least a year or two before you start killing. You must be able to dominate other people physically and control them.
I dominate daily, on a daily basis. Even the women, I dominate them.
If you're strangling a woman to death out on the trail and she manages to fight you off, run away, and tell somebody, then you're cooked. Losing a fight to a woman is an embarrassing way to get caught. As a general rule, whoever you're trying to kill should be weaker than you in order to avoid a situation like that. That's one of the reasons I'd go for women. So start hitting the gym. You also need to develop a love for the outdoors. One of the best places to kill someone is out on the trail. Far away from civilization, there's no one around to hear them scream, and people go missing in the woods all the time. You need an excuse to get out there as much as possible, as well as a reason to have a bunch of rope, knives, guns, and shovels. Go on hikes, go camping, ski, fish, hunt. Just don't kill someone every time you're out there, because that might get suspicious eventually. Maybe get one every third or fifth trip. But people need to know you as an outdoorsy type of guy so that it doesn't seem odd if you come home at 4 a.m. covered in mud.
And then I would do whatever it is that they do that gives you that godlike power, and then I would take her to the woods and I would bury her in the deepest grave ever.
You're going to be building a respectable and innocuous life for yourself, and if people don't know you for camping, it might seem strange. You're going to become a lawyer or a vet or something like that. Maybe you get married and have kids. That's a little risky because then you're going to have to hide the serial killer side of yourself from your family, but if you can pull it off, then you become a perfect chameleon, hiding in plain sight. No one expects the married lawyer with 2 kids to be strangling hookers to death after work. Also, do not screw around with shit that you don't understand. I'm saying this in regards primarily to the internet and computers, but you can apply the principle to everything. So many people get caught because they do stupid shit without even realizing it. Don't buy your killing tools with your debit card, and don't Google anything related to your murderous activities from your IP address. That type of shit. If you don't understand technology and computers and the internet to a pretty high degree of sophistication, then stay the hell away from them, because they will get you caught. You cannot afford to leave a digital paper trail, and unless you're confident in your ability to keep yourself clean, just stay away from it. Don't drink in public. If you're anything like me, then after a few beers, telling everyone in the bar that you kill people for fun would seem like a really good, hilarious idea. It's not. People might brush it off the first time, but if every time you get drunk you start admitting to murders, they might start to get suspicious. It's best to just avoid that whole situation in the first place. Prepare yourself mentally and do not get cocky. Before you start killing, read the book Crime and Punishment. It's all about a murder gone awry and the ramifications of that. Killing is easier than most people realize, but that doesn't make it straightforward. There are 1,000 uncontrollable factors that can get you caught. Especially for your first few kills, you need to be ready for the unintended consequences and invisible pitfalls that will ruin you. Make your first few kills as easy and as sure a thing as possible to warm up and get your reps in. And the big thing is that you gotta love what you do. If you're not passionate about killing, it's gonna become a chore eventually. And what's the point if you're not having fun? I'd recommend spreading out 4 or 5 kills over the course of a year. That way you're always excited for the next big adventure, but you're also not going to get too rusty in between. If you start when you're 20 and stop when you're 50, that works out to anywhere from 120 to 150 kills over your career. Not bad at all. And whenever you're on a roll, you can sprinkle in a few extra there to pump those numbers up. You should also kill for a reason. You need something to motivate you when times are tough, help get you through. I think it would be a good idea to write a book about it, detailing each kill, your thought process in your life. No one's ever really done anything like that, and it would definitely be a bestseller. You should have a lifelong project that each kill contributes to. And kill who you like, how you like. Anyone can run up their numbers with crackheads and homeless people, but that's going to get boring eventually. After warming up with them, you should start to get creative. Not only will switching things up keep it interesting, but it'll also make it hard for the police to profile you. I know personally, for me, violence has always been sort of a sexual thing, so I'd mostly kill women, college girls, that type of thing. I'd use my hands for girls and guns for guys. Something about strangling a man to death just seems very gay to me. But, hey, if it's like a power thing for you, and you get off on that, go for it. The point is that you need to kill in a way that's enjoyable if you want to have a sustainable career. They say you never work a day in your life if you love what you do.